we are making pepper and eggs. Now this is the perfect breakfast and I'll show you 3 different ways that we can make it. My name is Marie-France Garon. You are on Healthy Cooking for Food Lovers. Let's start with our peppers. Here we have yellow, orange, red, green peppers, and whichever one you have in hands, they're all good for this recipe. But something I want to share with you, did you know that there are female peppers and male peppers? Yeah, so here we have a female. They have 4 bumps. Aha, this is a male. They have 3 bumps. So when you choose your peppers to make this recipe, we want them to sit properly. So maybe the female would be better, but this one is perfect as well. So yay, another female here. Now the other thing about the female peppers, I heard that they are sweeter. Of course they are female, they have to be sweeter. So, and they're better for eating raw because they're sweeter. So here you go, some information that you maybe didn't know about peppers. So I've prepared all our peppers here. They're all sitting very perfectly there, ready to put our eggs in, but I just kept one just to show you. The perfect way that I found to cut this is to just cut the top just with your knife just around like this, and then we'll be able to take the top off and all the seeds are gonna follow just like this. And then of course we need to clean the inside a little bit as well. We just make sure that we just take all the seeds out and clean it out like that and put it back here. So what I like to do first is to pre-cook our peppers just a little bit before, so when we put our eggs and our extra ingredients here, then we don't need to cook too long in the oven because we want to keep our egg a little bit soft. So I'm just gonna brush all the peppers with just a little bit of olive oil inside. We don't want to have too much, and on the side here I'm just gonna brush each one. So before they go into the oven, I like to just put a little pinch of pink Himalayan salt, just a little bit like this. Et voila, going into the oven. So we're doing our eggs and peppers 3 different ways today. We start with the Italian way. I'm gonna make like a bruschetta. It's exactly the same recipe that you could put on some baguette, on a piece of bread. It's a bruschetta, but we're gonna top it up for our eggs and peppers. We're gonna make a Greek style and we're gonna have a Canadian style with the Canadian bacon as well. So we'll start with our tomato. Now what we wanna do is to just cut the top of our tomato, and then we want to take out a little bit of our seeds here. So I'm taking out the seeds of the tomato here for this recipe. We want to make sure that it's not too wet. I'm gonna chop this tomato in little dice now. So we're just gonna go this way. So what we want to do is just put it in the strainer for a little while, just to drip out as much juice as we can, just for a minute or 2 while I prepare the other ingredients. So we're gonna prepare our basil, fresh basil, very important. And the best way is to just, because basil is so flavorful and we want to keep as much flavor, so we just roll it a little bit like this. And so here for our bruschetta we have our tomato, and there's a little bit of the juice that came out. That's what we want. So we're gonna put all our tomato here in the bowl together with our beautiful basil. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of red onion and also 1 teaspoon of garlic. chopped garlic, 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and some salt and pepper. Salt, pepper. And here we have our beautiful bruschetta. And what's important with your bruschetta, if you're gonna put it on top of the pepper or if you're gonna put it on a nice baguette, it's to make it just a little bit in advance and let it marinate maybe 10-15 minutes before it's ready to go on top. And that's what we have now. So we'll be ready when the peppers are ready. Our peppers came out and now we're gonna start to crack the eggs. And I've got a really big one here. So this one, I will put 2 eggs in that one for the bigger appetite. And then we keep going. And voila, all our eggs are in the peppers. Now let's do our topping. Now what we're gonna do is season those eggs, salt and pepper, and then some pepper here. Bravo. Okay, let's go for our Greek style egg and pepper. We're gonna use some spinach, some feta cheese, of course, some tomato, cherry tomatoes. We have Kalamata olives, and we're gonna add some oregano as well. So let's start adding our topping. So we're gonna put a big bunch of spinach in each here. We're gonna add the tomato on top. And feta, Greek feta here. Kalamata olives on top. Gonna be nice. Some beautiful oregano that we dried from our garden on top. It's beautiful. Now for our Canadian style breakfast, the big breakfast, we're gonna use some bacon, Canadian bacon of course, and we're gonna have some mushroom, onion, and some cheese. I have cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese here. Okay, let's start with our bacon. So we're gonna just put a little bunch on each one here, and then we're gonna add our mushroom here. We're gonna put some onion. Now the mushrooms and the onion I pre-cooked a little bit just to get a little bit of the moisture out. So our onion here on top. And we're gonna top up with our cheese, cheddar, and mozzarella. So we have 2 more left here. They are for the bruschetta. So we're just gonna cook them just like this, those ones, because we're gonna top it up with the bruschetta at the end. So this is going into the oven for 20 minutes at 375, 180 Celsius. Our peppers just came out of the oven. Now we're gonna just finish our Italian ones with our bruschetta filling. So here we are. We're just gonna add this beautiful topping here on top of our peppers. If you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click the little bell so you will be notified every time there's a new recipe. And now for our Greek peppers and our Italian peppers, we'll add a little touch of olive oil. And it's ready. Just a little bit of olive oil on top. Here we are. The peppers are ready. What a great idea for a keto breakfast! Bon appétit!